Give to McCaffrey. Trying to get around the right side. He does. McCaffrey leaps. End zone. Oh, touchdown!
What are some of the most incredible feats in NFL history that seem impossible to surpass? How do these players and teams achieve such remarkable records that have stood the test of time? Here we will explore some of the NFL's most unbreakable records that you never knew and why they are so hard to beat. Let's start with the record for the most career passing yards by a quarterback. This record belongs to none other than Tom Brady, who has thrown for a staggering 653 yards in his 22 seasons in the league. That's more than 52 miles of passing distance, or enough to cover the length of 626 football fields. Brady has been the epitome of consistency and longevity, playing at an elite level well into his 40s. He has led his teams to 10 Super Bowl appearances and 7 championships, the most by any player in NFL history. He has also won 5 Super Bowl MVP awards, 3 NFL MVP awards, and 15 Pro Bowl selections. Brady is still going strong at age 45, and he shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. To put his record in perspective, the next closest active player is Aaron Rodgers, who has 57,721 passing yards as of 2023. That means Rodgers would have to throw for an average of 5,000 yards per season for the next 7 seasons to catch up to Brady. Considering that Rodgers is already 38 years old and has only thrown for more than 5,000 yards once in his career, that seems highly unlikely. Brady's record is not only impressive but also unbreakable. Another record that seems out of reach for any current or future player is the record for the most career interceptions by a defensive player. This record is held by Paul Cross, who played as a safety for the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings from 1964 to 1979. Cross had a knack for reading quarterbacks and making plays on the ball, as he amassed an astounding 81 interceptions in his 16-year career. He led the league in interceptions 4 times and was selected to 8 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro teams. He was also a part of the legendary Purple People Eaters defense that helped the Vikings reach 4 Super Bowls in the 1970s. Cross was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1998, and his record still stands today. The closest active player to Cross's record is Jesse Bates III, who has 23 interceptions as of 2023. That means Bates would have to average more than 7 interceptions per season for the next 8 seasons to surpass Cross. That seems almost impossible in today's NFL, where passing offenses are more sophisticated and efficient, and defensive rules are more restrictive. Cross's record is not only remarkable, but also unbreakable. It's incredible to think that there is a record that has remained unbroken for over 80 years. The record for the most points scored by a team in a single game belongs to the Chicago Bears, and it's truly astonishing. In the 1940 NFL Championship game, the Bears scored an unbelievable 73 points against the Washington Commanders, a feat that is hard to fathom, let alone break. The Bears were under the leadership of Hall of Fame coach George Halas and quarterback Sid Luckman, who threw for 5 touchdowns and ran for 1. But it wasn't just Luckman who outperformed himself, as the Bears had 7 rushing touchdowns and 2 defensive touchdowns and dominated every aspect of the game. In the end, they won by a huge margin of 73-0, which is still the largest margin of victory in NFL history. The game was so one-sided that the officials ran out of footballs after too many were kicked into the stands for extra points. To add to the game's historical significance, it was broadcast on radio across the nation, which helped to popularize the NFL and establish its supremacy over other professional football leagues at the time. The Bears' record is not only historic but also unbreakable, and it's amazing to think that no team has ever come close to achieving what they did that day. Another record that is hard to imagine being broken is the record for the most consecutive games with a touchdown pass by a quarterback. This record belongs to Drew Brees, who played for the San Diego Chargers and the New Orleans Saints from 2001 to 2020. Brees was one of the most prolific and accurate passers in NFL history, as he threw for more than 80,000 yards and 571 touchdowns in his career. He also led the Saints to their first and only Super Bowl title in 2009, earning Super Bowl MVP honors along the way. Brees had a streak of throwing at least 1 touchdown pass in 54 consecutive games from 2009 to 2012, breaking Johnny Unitas' previous record of 47 games from 1956 to 1960. Brees' streak was finally snapped by the Atlanta Falcons in a 23-13 loss on December 27, 2012. Brees' record is not only amazing, but also unbreakable. One more legendary record that you might not know is the record for the most career touchdowns by a non-offensive player. This record is held by Devin Hester, who played as a return specialist and a wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Baltimore Ravens from 2006 to 2016. Hester was one of the most electrifying and dangerous players in NFL history, as he scored 20 touchdowns on kick and punt returns in his career. He also scored 1 touchdown and a missed field goal return, and 3 touchdowns as a receiver. Hester holds the NFL records for the most punt return touchdowns, 14, the most kick return touchdowns, 6, and the most return touchdowns in a single season, 6. He was selected to 4 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro teams, and he was named to the NFL 2000's All-Decade Team and the NFL 2010's All-Decade Team. Hester was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2023, and his record is not only astonishing but also unbreakable. Hester is widely regarded as the best returner of all time, and he earned the nicknames Anytime and the Windy City Flyer for his ability to score from anywhere on the field. Hester also holds the record for the longest punt return touchdown in Super Bowl history when he ran back the opening kickoff for 92 yards against the Indianapolis Colts in Super Bowl XL1. Hester's speed, agility, vision, and creativity make him a nightmare for opposing teams and a legend for NFL fans. One more legendary record that you might not know is the record for the most career rushing yards by a running back. This record is held by Emmitt Smith, who played for the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals from 1990 to 2004. Smith was one of the most durable and productive runners in NFL history, as he rushed for 18,355 yards in his 15-year career. He also scored 164 rushing touchdowns, the most by any player in NFL history. Smith was a part of the Cowboys dynasty that won 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s, and he was named the MVP of Super Bowl XX8. He was selected to 8 Pro Bowls and 4 All-Pro teams, and he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2010. Smith's record is not only phenomenal, but also unbreakable. Finally, let's look at a record that is not only unbreakable, but also unthinkable. This is the record for the most career safeties by a defensive player. Safety is a rare and exciting play in football where the defense tackles an offensive player in their end zone, resulting in 2 points for the defense and a free kick for the offense. The record for the most career safeties by a defensive player is 4, and it is shared by 3 players: Ted Hendricks, Doug English, and Jared Allen. Hendricks played as a linebacker for the Baltimore Colts, the Green Bay Packers, and the Oakland Raiders from 1969 to 1983. He was known as the Mad Stork for his height and wingspan, and he was a part of 4 Super Bowl winning teams. English played as a defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions from 1975 to 1985. He was known as the Claw for his ability to strip the ball from quarterbacks, and he was a part of the feared Silver Rush defense. Allen played as a defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, and the Carolina Panthers from 2004 to 2015. He was known for his mullet and his sack celebration, and he led the league in sacks twice. All 3 players were selected to multiple Pro Bowls and All-Pro teams, and Hendricks and Allen are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The record of 4 career safeties is not only unbelievable but also unbreakable. These are some of the NFL's most unbreakable records that you never knew. They showcase the incredible talent and skill of some of the greatest players and teams in NFL history, and they set a standard that is almost impossible to match. Do you agree with our list? Do you know any other unbreakable records that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content on sports and games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.